In 1979, while every other American automaker was running away from performance, one company did the unthinkable. They slapped AMX, one of the most legendary performance badges in American history, onto a brand new car, a car that most people today have never even heard of. And here's what makes this story even wilder. It actually worked. Today, we're going back to one of the most overlooked chapters in American muscle car history. You're going to find out why the 1979 AMC Spirit AMX deserves a permanent spot in the conversation alongside the Camaro, the Mustang, and the Firebird. You're going to discover why AMC gambled everything on this little car during one of the worst moments in automotive history. And by the end of this video, you're going to wonder, how did the world forget this car ever existed? Let's go back, way back. It's 1979. Gas lines are still fresh in people's memories. The oil embargo had turned America's love affair with big block V8s into something complicated, almost shameful. Insurance companies were hiking rates on performance cars so aggressively that young buyers were getting priced out of the market entirely. Detroit was confused, cautious, and frankly, scared. And right in the middle of all that chaos, American Motors Corporation, the scrappy underdog from Kenosha, Wisconsin, decided to fight back. But here's where it gets interesting. AMC didn't have the budget of General Motors. They didn't have Ford's army of engineers. What they had was a stubborn refusal to give up on American performance culture, and they had a plan. To understand why the Spirit AMX mattered, you have to go back to 1968. That's when AMC first dropped the original AMX, a two-seat, short-wheelbase muscle car that stunned the entire industry. It ran a 390 cubic inch V8. It hit 0 to 60 in under 7 seconds, and it set 106 land speed records at Bonneville Salt Flats. 106. The original AMX wasn't just a car. It was AMC's statement to the world that said, "We belong at this table." But by 1971, low sales forced AMC to discontinue the two-seat AMX. They merged it into the Javelin lineup, and eventually, even that faded away. By 1974, the AMX name was gone entirely. For 5 years, that badge, that legacy, sat in silence. Most people assumed it was dead forever. AMC had other ideas. In 1979, AMC introduced the Spirit. It was a compact, sporty hatchback built on the Gremlin platform. And yes, before you say anything, the Gremlin connection made a lot of enthusiasts nervous. But AMC knew what they were doing. They took that lightweight platform, cleaned it up dramatically, gave it aggressive new sheet metal, and then they reached back into their own history and pulled out the one badge that still carried thunder. The 1979 AMC Spirit AMX wasn't just a trim package. It was a deliberate, calculated resurrection of American performance identity at a moment when everyone else had thrown in the towel. Think about that for a second. Every other manufacturer was detuning engines, dropping displacement, and apologizing for their horsepower numbers. AMC was going in the opposite direction entirely. Now, let's talk about what actually made the Spirit AMX tick, because the spec sheet tells a story all on its own. The base Spirit AMX came with a 258 cubic inch inline 6, which sounds modest until you realize AMC had tuned it well for daily performance and reliability. But the engine that made enthusiasts pay attention was the optional 304 cubic inch V8, producing right around 125 horsepower. Now, before you laugh at that number, remember the context. This was 1979. Emissions regulations had neutered almost every V8 on the American market. A 304 V8 in a lightweight, compact body with a sport-tuned suspension was genuinely quick for its time. And AMC didn't stop there. The Spirit AMX came standard with a 4-speed manual transmission, a rarity in the market at that point. It had front disc brakes, a handling suspension package, rally-tuned shocks, and a front air dam that actually served an aerodynamic purpose. This wasn't a badge-engineered grocery getter. It was engineered deliberately to be driven hard.
The exterior told the same story. Bold, two-tone paint schemes, a functional hood scoop on higher-spec builds, wide rally wheels, a body-length side stripe graphic that screamed 1970s American performance confidence. This car looked fast standing still. Here's what most people completely miss about the Spirit AMX. AMC actually campaigned a version of the Spirit in SCCA road racing, and it held its own. This wasn't a car that just looked sporty, it had genuine motorsport DNA running through it. To truly appreciate what AMC was attempting with the Spirit AMX, you need to understand the cultural battlefield of 1979, the muscle car era. That golden window from roughly 1964 to 1972 was gone. The cars that defined a generation of young men who had grown up idolizing the GTO, the Roadrunner, and the original Shelby Mustang were now being handed underpowered, smog-choked econo boxes and told to be grateful. There was a grief to it, a genuine cultural mourning. AMC looked at that grief and saw an opportunity. The Spirit AMX was their argument that performance didn't have to be dead, it just had to evolve. Smaller displacement, lighter weight, smarter engineering, the same Spirit, adapted for a new reality. It was ahead of its time in philosophy. Almost everything the industry moved toward in the 1980s and 1990s, the return of the hot hatch, the sport compact movement, AMC was pointing at that direction in 1979. So if the Spirit AMX was so significant, why did it disappear? Why does every average American car enthusiast today draw a complete blank when you mention it? The answer is a combination of timing, money, and a company running out of both. AMC was hemorrhaging cash through the late 1970s. They were the smallest of the American automakers by a massive margin, and every product decision had to be made with brutal budget constraints. The Spirit AMX never got the marketing muscle it needed. Chevrolet was spending tens of millions promoting the Camaro. Ford had the Mustang, an entire mythology behind it. AMC was running on a fraction of those budgets, trying to shout in a room full of horse horns. Dealer networks were another problem. AMC had fewer dealers across the country, which meant less visibility, less availability, and less of a chance for the car to find its audience. And then came Renault. In 1979, AMC entered into a partnership with the French automaker that would fundamentally change the company's direction. Resources shifted, priorities changed. The Spirit AMX, this bold American performance statement, got quietly pushed to the side as corporate attention moved toward the incoming alliance and the broader Renault alliance strategy. Production numbers stayed painfully low. Exact figures are difficult to confirm because AMC's own record-keeping for sub-trim variants was inconsistent, but most historians place true Spirit AMX production numbers well under 10,000 units across the model's run. Some put it significantly lower. Low production, low marketing, a parent company in financial crisis. The perfect recipe for historical obscurity. Here's where the story gets genuinely exciting for collectors. Because the Spirit AMX was produced in such limited numbers, and because so few people knew to save them, surviving examples, especially those with the V8, the 4-speed manual, and the full AMX appearance package, are exceptionally rare. We're talking needle in a haystack rare. Unrestored, documented examples in good condition have been surfacing at auction in the $12,000 to $25,000 range, depending on options and originality. Fully restored, numbers-matching V8 cars with correct trim and documentation, prices push higher, driven by collectors who understand exactly what they're looking at. The collector community around AMC in general has been growing steadily for years. The AMO, the AMC Owners Club, and active forums have kept the knowledge alive. And as the broader classic car market continues to elevate anything with legitimate performance heritage and genuine rarity, the Spirit AMX fits that profile almost perfectly. It's rare, it's historically significant, it's undervalued relative to comparable Mustangs and Camaros from the same era, and for the collector who wants something with a real story, something that not everyone at the car show will recognize, that combination is almost irresistible. Now, here's the final twist, the one piece of this story that almost nobody talks about. The 1979 AMC Spirit AMX wasn't just a brave product decision by a struggling automaker, it was a time capsule of American optimism at one of the most pessimistic moments in modern history. This was a company that looked at fuel crises, emissions regulations, insurance rate hikes, and a market running scared. And instead of surrendering, they put AMX on a car and sent it out into the world. They lost that battle. AMC would be gone entirely by 1988, but the Spirit AMX stands today as proof that the American performance instinct, that refusal to let the dream die quietly, existed even in the places nobody was looking. Every surviving Spirit AMX on the road today is a piece of that stubbornness, that defiance, and honestly, that's exactly what makes it worth remembering. If you grew up in the late 70s and ever dreamed about owning something fast, something different, something that wasn't just another Camaro, this was the car that was built for you. Drop a comment below. Did you ever see a Spirit AMX on the road growing up? Or better yet, do you own one? We want to hear the story. And if you love deep dives into the forgotten legends of American automotive history, subscribe, because we've got a lot more where this came from.